Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, 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 Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Quadash, double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone, Shalom, mercy and safety to all of the Akim on the highways and byways, preaching his word in sincerity and in truth, and a healthy shalom to the elect. All right. Back with another lesson through the Spirit, Lord willing, it is edifying. So I wanted to share this brief conversation that I had through text with my nephew. He reached out a couple of days ago, and he said something in the text message that sparked a lesson first and foremost, but it had me thinking, about a lot of things. And so before I get to the actual text message, I used to do these family meetings. It's like now it's like a family joke now, a little bit how, remember Uncle Mike would have us all come to the house and sit us down and talk to us about particular things. And the family meetings that I used to do with my children and my nieces and nephews, they were very serious. They would be about their report cards, about certain things. I did these meetings for a bunch of years. Of course, the other uncles, my brothers, would be there, and my sister, their aunt, would be there. Like I said, the kids make jokes about it now. We haven't had a family meeting in a while, bunch of years. But I would go over their report cards. I would talk about school. I would talk about a lot of things. But the main focus would be me sharing some of the spiritual information, right? Sharing things that I was learning in the scriptures with them. When you first come into this thing, one of the things that you normally do is come to family. You go home, you tell your family, you tell everybody that you can, you because you're not fully aware in the moment that this thing ain't for everybody. But of course, you attempt to share with your family members. If it be the Lord's will, they'll wake up and start doing the will of the Lord. So that's just a little backstory on the family meetings that I used to do. Again, I used to build with them about, some of the scriptures I knew I didn't fully understand at that time when I was doing it, but I had a certain small level of understanding where I could share basic and particular things about, just of course, the color of the Lord. The Lord is, the scriptures is only for us. The Holy Bible is only for us. That's our book. The church ain't right. We got to get out the churches. Just particular things that Spirit was allowing me to bring out to them. So I'll get to right now my nephew is in his late 20s. And these meetings were going on when they were in school. All right, so it's a bunch of years ago. So here's the text message. I screenshot it and I put it in my notes just a little while ago. But I've been had it ready to go for this lesson. So, March 8th, he reaches out, just sending love. This is 2 days after his uncle, my little brother, transitioned back to the spirit world. Right? It was tough time for our family. Even right now, it's a lot. But he texted me this out the blue, just text him that I love him more. And today is Friday. This was Tuesday, this past Tuesday, so 3 days ago, at 9:28 p.m., my nephew reaches out and says, "Unc, it's feeling like the times you were talking about in Uncle Solo's house in our family meetings." All right. So we used to do them at my crib. We used to go to their uncles. Uncle Solo is actually Amawan Ayash, my brother. He says, "Unc, it feels like the times you were talking about in Uncle Solo's house in our family meetings." And my response was, you see it in blue. I ain't tell one lie, Neff. We definitely in those times. Let's build soon, ASAP. He says, I know I love you and we will. So, wanted to bring this up because for a bunch of not a bunch, but a few different reasons. He's remembering not only this, and I should have pulled up my son's. Lord willing, I'll put my son's um, text message maybe as the picture of this lesson, because my son also recently, my 22-year-old son, he recently reached out and said, Dad, the things that you used to tell me about, I'm starting to see, right? So again, the point of this lesson is to just pretty much, through the Spirit, I don't have a title yet, but Make Notarian will probably be the type of vibe that I go with the lesson. Make Notarian, there still may be time. There still may be time. We know how this thing goes with family. We know it's not for everybody. Some of your family may wake up, some of them may not. But just to know that, Spirit jumped on my nephew and my son to remember, just to remember some of the things that they were taught when they're looking out into the world now. They're seeing some of the things that I shared with them, again, in my small amount of knowledge that I had of the scriptures. They're starting to see these things, right? And this text message proves it. Describing the times that we're in, that we're coming into. This is over 10 years ago when we used to have these meetings, all right? So, not even less than 10, definitely less than 10. But again, be as it may, he reached out with this sentiment, and I got a couple of scriptures lined up to try to make a couple of points, and then we'll close out, Lord willing. All right, we'll start. We'll start in Sirach. All right, Sirach 5 and 7. It reads, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance." Right? So, make no tarrying. What I text him was, we need to talk ASAP. We're definitely in those times, nephew. Let's build soon. And I followed up with ASAP, because I understand there's no time to wait. There's no time to waste. Okay? So we ought to make no tarrying and turn to the Lord. We can't wait. We can't wait on it and just let it linger again. No, we're going to have another conversation, and the Lord's going to do what the Lord's going to do. All right? So it's important. Family members and whoever, if the Lord seems fit, he'll wake them up. Okay? And they'll be in their lot, whatever the Lord got planned for them. All right? So we ought to make no tarrying, man, because the time is short. All right? The time is short, and it's important that we, the Lord is speeding up the process. So how much more us, me, we continue to stay in this thing, continue to study, continue to pray, and do what we need to do, with the lots that we've been given in our lot. So it's Romans 10 and 2. It says, "For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge." Okay? So we know the Lord gave our people a zeal in the Most High. That's why we flood them churches. That's why we in the church, we in the synagogue, we in the mosque, we everywhere but where we need to be, right? The Lord gave Israel the zeal, right? But it says, but not according to knowledge. So our people love God, right? Right? But they just don't have the truth of the matter. All right? The truth of the matter. Okay? And, my nephew, his mom, was my sister. Dave was in the church a little bit. Not too sure that him and my sister's not even dealing with the church right now, which is good. But so, I don't think my nephew is either. But he has a zeal. He has has a small level of understanding, but not according to knowledge. Okay, not according to this truth. But clearly, the things that I was saying to them during those meetings, um, they're resonating now, right? So the Spirit of the Lord is working um, whatever work that He has planned. You know what I'm saying? Um, but that's the majority of our people too. You know, they have a zeal. We love God, right? But they just don't have the truth in the matter. So I just wanted to bring that out really quick because that's the majority of our people. All right. So let's go to Luke 21 and 17. And what's happening is, no, that's not it. Damn it, let me see. Oh, here we go. Salakia. Not 17, it's 11. Luke 21 and 11. Nope, let's go up. Luke 21 and 9. It says, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass. But the end is not by and by. And these words are in red. This is Yahweh speaking. Then he said unto them, nations shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. All right? So I brought these scriptures out because I know this is what my nephew was seeing and witnessing, okay? Because he was told about these types of things years ago when he was younger. Same thing with my son. I would tell them about particular things. Again, I shared the small level of knowledge that I knew and that I had. I shared it with them. All right? And I know that he's currently seeing these things mentioned here in Luke. Okay, nation rising against nation, earthquakes, famines across the world, right? Pestilences. He's seeing all of these things. Okay? Thus his comment is feeling like the times you were talking about in our family meetings. I was describing these times to them, bringing out some of these scriptures. All right? Trying to do my best to make my family aware. All right? So I know for sure that, I also spoke about, family members and family members that will lose. And, of course, I couldn't imagine, that, the Lord would call my little brother back, at this time. But he did. And I know I spoke about those things during those family meetings. All right. So this is Matthew 24 and 6. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. So again, unless you're living under a rock somewhere, you see all of these things taking place. And if you were taught something in your youth, these things will start to, if it be the Lord's will, they'll start to pop back in your head. Like, wait a minute, I remember. Just like we got memories of our youth, right? He's just going back into a memory of his youth. All right, and he's seeing these things take place. All right, and he understands that all these are the beginnings of sorrows. Okay, these are the times that I was speaking about to them back then. Again, with the small level of information that I had, I shared it, and we'll see, moving forward what the Lord has planned. Okay. But it was comforting for him to send that message, and it was comforting. It was like, okay, good. I'm glad that the Lord allowed you to remember those conversations, and let's see what, where it goes. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. It says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man." Okay? So, brought that scripture out because at the end of the day, we need to fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai and keep his commandments to the best of our ability. Right? That's the job. Right? So it's not really a long conversation that I need to have with my nephew. It's straight and to the point. Right? Of course, if he asks any questions, through the Spirit, I'll do my best to answer, but it's not a long and drawn out combo. It's this is what you need to do as a young man, right? We need to be covered and protected in the times to come, and we're approaching that time. Okay, anything could pop off now. We can be right inside, knee deep inside all hell breaking loose, right? So there's no time to wait. So I brought out the scripture, make no tarrying in Sirach 5. Okay? So this is not a long and drawn out conversation that I need to have with my nephew. Okay? It's not simple, but it's to the point. And we'll close here. Romans 8 and 16. It says, "The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High." All right? Okay? So who knows what the Lord is working in him? It could be something. It could be nothing. It could be just he remembers what we spoke about, and that's that. Right? Or the Lord may be tapping him on his shoulder to wake him up. We just don't know. Like I said early in the lesson, my son mentioned the same thing to me. Lord willing, I could find that text message and share it. All right? But the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. Okay? So the Holy Spirit has opened us up to this thing. Okay? And so who knows what's going on with my nephew at the moment, but Spirit jumped on him. I'm sure whatever he's going through personally, losing his uncle, right? And just remembering those combos that we were having. I feel like I'm especially when my kids were younger, I was very stern and firm. I'm the one in the family who really took care of a lot of my own kids and my nieces and nephews. So I'm one of those types of uncles where they spend a lot of time with me. And so I shared with them, what the Spirit allowed me to. So, hey, that's it, man. I just wanted to bring that up. There may still be time on the clock, to those doors of mercy. They may still be open. All right? And Lord willing, if it be the Lord's will, my nephew will wake up and understand that this is the most important thing. Your dreams, your goals and stuff, that's not, especially the times we're in now. You don't drop everything you're doing, but it's time to serve the Lord. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Okay? So that's it, man. Lord willing, it was edifying. Call Lord Yahweh Bashim Al Shah, Bashim Al Kakwadash. Shalom, shalom, shalom to the next one.